Good to see you again, Matt. Hey, glad you came in. I'd like to thank Lee for bringing you in. We think it's very important to have an extra set of eyes in here in case you have any questions, and also to give him the support that to help this treatment go along at home. So it's great to hear. Before we get started, I just want to briefly explain to you the things we talked about yesterday with Lee on how the nervous system is the master system of the body, how it controls all your muscles and organs. All right, it starts up here in the brain, and then it comes down through your spinal cord, or your vertebra, where it's protected, and then these nerves come out and they innervate all these, or go to all these organs and muscles. And what can happen is when these joints aren't moving correctly, they get stuck in a position. It can put undue pressure on these nerves and then affect the end organ, resulting in things like sensory deficits, like numbness, tingling, pain, weakness in the muscles that they go to. So what we do is we find these areas that are not moving well, and we remove, and it's called a subluxation. We remove this subluxation and relieve some of the pressure so that these organs can start functioning properly. So Lee, when you came in yesterday, we did an exam with you. In fact, we can help you, and we've actually had very good success with treating symptoms, patients with a lot of symptoms like yours. And in fact, there's a 2001 UCLA study that came out that said chiropractic has greater success in treating lower back pain than general practicing physicians. So if you remember from your exam yesterday, we took measurements of how well your lumbar spine, your back bends forward and backwards and then off to the sides. So if we look here, we see normal flexion is normal 40 to 60. You were at 50, so that's okay. When the extensions, like the backward bending, normal range is going to be 20 to 35, and you can only do 15, so that's obviously an area that we're going to need to work on. And then the side-to-side bending normally goes from 15 to 20. You can only do 10 on the left and 20 on the right, so again, there's an area that we need to work on. And we also did the pinwheel down your leg, and you noticed it felt different when we did the top of your leg versus the bottom. Okay, that indicates there's some sort of sensory deficiency further down your leg. And then also we tested the muscle strength and found it to be a little bit weak on both sides. So, because the root of your problem is motion-based with complications of that muscle weakness and then that sensory deficit, we want to treat you with a spinal adjustment, which is where we gently induce motion back into this area right here that's not moving. This is going to get those segments moving again and restore normal motion and function to that area. I think you're a good candidate for a Thompson technique, which involves a drop table, because it's gentle and it allows us to induce motion into that area. Also, I wanted to treat you with cold laser, because this will help speed up the healing process and alleviate some of that pain you're having. And then lastly, I'm going to send you home with some exercises to both strengthen the muscle and help stabilize the spine, restoring the function back to that area so we can get you back on the golf course like we talked about yesterday. So, but a big part of this success is you doing these exercises at home, and if you can just help him and make sure that he's doing them properly, good extra set of eyes showing him how to do them properly, making sure that he's doing them. In my experience, this approach requires you to come in and see me 3 times a week for the adjustment. We're going to do the laser treatment for the first 3 visits, and then you're doing these home exercises in between. So obviously, everybody's built a little bit different, but I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of about how long you can expect this treatment plan to go. Now, I feel this is the best approach, but there are some things that could adversely affect it. Number one, this area hasn't been moving for a long time, so when we induce motion into it, you could have some discomfort. If this happens, just let me know. I've got protocols in place to treat that. Also, if you're missing appointments and you're not doing your home exercises, this can also delay and add time to your treatment. So to avoid this, you just need to make sure that you're showing up to your appointments, and then, Matt, if you can help him keep on track with his exercises. And I think this is a good time to start because these symptoms have already started to affect your activities of daily living. I mean, you're not getting on the golf course, you know, like you normally do, but you're still at a point where it's early enough that I think you'll be able to respond pretty quickly to this treatment. I'm concerned if we don't get started right away, you know, your symptoms are only going to get worse, and then treatments further down the line are not going to be as effective or efficient. The cost is going to be $50 an adjustment. It's 3 adjustments for the first 3 weeks. It's going to be $450. Laser treatment is $25 for 3 visits. That's an additional $75. It's not all due at once. You can kind of just pay as you go. But I just wanted to put that out, let you know exactly, you know, what this sessions are going to, what you can expect to pay. If you don't have any questions, or if you have any questions, I can answer those now. If you don't, I'm ready to get started on your treatment if you are.